We'll start by building a great drum kit. Start by setting your DAW's BPM to 128. Head to the Rise of the Robots pack and import kick15.wav into a blank drum rack. This is a synthetic sounding kick that will work perfectly in a techno track. Draw in some MIDI notes to trigger the kick on each beat. Next, we'll make a rumbling, warehouse techno style reverb from our kick. Start by adding Cable Guy's Wave Shaper CM to a fresh return track. Set up a 6 dB send from the kick drum to the return, then select the 2-bit preset in Wave Shaper. You'll hear the kick getting seriously crunched up, taking on a Gabba-esque tone. Next, load up Acon Digital's CM Verb after our distortion. Select the medium chamber preset, then turn off the dry signal to leave just the reverb-soaked distortion. We'll turn the reverb send down to -9 dB so it blends into the mix. Now, let's turn our attention to adding some percussion into the mix, courtesy of Audio Realism's ADM CM's excellent emulated TR606 drum kit. Load ADM CM onto a fresh channel, then switch the sync mode to host so that ADM CM's playback is triggered by our DAW. Let's use the onboard sequencer to create an open hi-hat pattern. Hit the pattern right clear button so we can start programming our own pattern. Select the open hat instrument, then dial in an open hi-hat on each offbeat. Add a new MIDI clip to the channel, then draw in a 1-bar note to trigger our pattern. We'll reduce the open hat's decay to 100 milliseconds for a tighter initial sound that we can open out with automation later on. Let's start turning our loop into a longer arrangement. Duplicate the drums over 16 bars so we can get some non-percussive elements in the mix. We'll head to the Radiophonic Concrete pack and import delayed radio loop 02.wav onto a fresh audio track. This is a vocal snip that's very techno. Turn the channel's volume down to -15 dB, then duplicate the audio across the entire 16-bar section. The excellent Horoscopes pack is an ideal source of dystopian techno sounds. Grab TV Talking 100bpm.wav, place it at the end of each 8-bar section. Turn the channel down to -6 dB to retain balance, and load up Subsonic Labs Wolfram CM. We'll fire up the CM Beer and My Farfisa preset, adding a sustained delay tail to our static sample and making it feel part of the track. Another musical element will help to flesh out the arrangement. Grab DXBells 05 100bpm.wav from the 80s heat pack and place it on a new audio channel. Shorten the clip down to 1 bar, then apply an aggressive fade out. copy the audio snip so it plays every 4 bars. Turn the channel down to -7 dB so our mix balance is preserved. Next, we'll start building our full arrangement. Unlike other styles of music that are more focused on building to a drop, techno is arranged in a much more progressive manner, with emphasis placed on making the sounds in an arrangement evolve over time. Let's start building our arrangement now. Duplicate all the parts we've added already to create a 64-bar section in total. Mute the open hat, bells and vocal snip for the first 16 bars. We'll mute the vocal snip for the second 16 bars. With the bells muted for 32 bars. Duplicate the final 16 bar section twice so we can use it as the basis for the drop. Let's start stripping back the previous section now. Mute all the bells except the first one, then consolidate the vocal snips into one. Apply a fade to the vocal so it disappears over 16 bars. Mute the kick and open hat for the last 2 bars before the drop so the sound effect we added earlier is emphasised. We'll now use Vengeance's VPS filter CM to filter the kick. Add it to the channel, then draw an automation of the high pass filter so the kick sounds increasingly hollow during this section. Next, mute the open hat from the first 8 bars of the drop. We can make the arrangement evolve by automating the decay of our open hat. Draw in automation so the hat becomes more intense as the intro develops, before snapping back to a tight sound on the drop. We'll ramp it up for the second 16 bars of drop before muting the hat completely for the last 2 bars. Automating the kicks filter for the last 2 bars creates a fill. Automate the kick's reverb return volume leading up to the drop, so it increases to around 0 dB before snapping back to its usual -9 dB after. This makes the reverb swell up into a cool effect. To finish, we'll add a crush cymbal to the start of each 16 bar section to mark them out. Head for the 80s heat pack and grab 80s cymbal 04.wav. Turn the channel down to -18 dB.